for citizens, and they're preparing them during emergencies. So very, very serious. Well, that's just one of the stories. Federal police officer shot dog at park, Baltimore Sun. 2 dogs just got in a fight at a dog park, a husky and another dog, so the cop just shot them both. Completely crazy. It's like that video in the same place there in Baltimore, Maryland, where the guy is on his motorcycle with a mounted camera on his head. Motorcyclists do this a lot. It's a popular thing online. And he videotaped himself doing a wheelie. A plainclothes cop pulls him over, almost runs him off the road, and jumps out with a gun. And the guy's got a camera, and he says, "Sir, I'm just..." You know, he gives him a ticket. The guy puts it on YouTube, and they arrest him and charge him with felony, saying it was wiretapping. And, of course, even the mainstream media is saying it's not really illegal to film cops. It's illegal to sneak up to a cop or anybody else's house at midnight and film them in their underwear through the window watching television, because there's a perception of privacy in your own home. You can't be prowling around doing that in people's homes or businesses. But if cops are out on the street beating people up and somebody videotapes them from 100 yards away, you can't charge them with wiretapping. You can't charge them with eavesdropping, but it just shows how they're naked body scanning us, but then saying that we can't videotape them. So that's just some of the news on that front. I don't usually get into UFOs, but this is out of the London Telegraph today. UFO files. Winston Churchill feared panic over Second World War RAF incident with giant UFOs. He feared a panic and loss of faith in religion. Newly released secret files show. I'll be covering that later. Very strange. And, of course, I just mentioned this, but here it is out of Time magazine. Should videotaping the police really be a crime? Anthony Graber, a Maryland Air National Guard staff sergeant, faces 16 years in prison. His crime, he videotaped his March encounter with a state trooper who pulled him over for speeding on a motorcycle. Then Graber put the video, which could put the officer in a bad light, on YouTube. It doesn't sound like much, but Graber is not the only person being slapped down with a long arm of the law. Well, they're misappropriating a law, and it's going to end up getting thrown out of court unless they're able to get him to plea bargain. They're trying to create a new precedent for this. Imagine you're videotaping yourself. A crazy cop pulls up in plain clothes, jumps out, points a gun at you, and the guy's like, "Hey, bro, what's wrong?" Cop comes to his senses, puts the gun away, writes him a ticket. The fella puts it online, and he gets arrested and is facing 16 years in prison. Under this rule, then, all these police cameras and highway cameras are eavesdropping and are illegal against us. What are you going to do, go file charges against the police? You can't do that because there's no perception of privacy in public. That doesn't mean as a society we can choose not to have our tax money fund all those cameras. And I'm seeing these stories out of mainly Maryland, but also Connecticut. I'm seeing them out of Florida. I'm seeing them out of California. I'm seeing them out of states where they don't even have these wiretapping laws, or where they have one-party wiretap laws, where if I decide to record a conversation, then it's okay. That's okay in Texas. But it's not okay, what is it, in 11 states now? But it just shows how they're using this to intimidate people. Okay, that's just one stack. That's just one stack. Look at this one. Mexico looks to legalize drugs as drug war murders reach 28,000 since their new crackdown began. Sorry, I've been saying 24,000. It's now 28,000. Sorry, it's worse than I said. Of course, it normally is. Home video claims to show Arizona police enforcing illegal immigration law at traffic stop. And I watched this video. This is what police do to citizens all day. Now, if you want to say these type of checkpoints are wrong for illegal aliens, they're wrong for citizens as well. Oh, here's another one. Gender-bending chemical in food tins may cut male fertility. That's the male. But look, that's just 2 stacks, or part of 2 stacks. I'm going to come back. I'm going to go ahead and start going to your calls. We've got the Iran news. We've got the economy news. We've got it's all vitally important. Stay with us. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Are you wondering about your retirement portfolio? Are you confident that the financial advisor is experienced enough to combat climbing interest rates, taxes, and inflation? Stop guessing and go to the expert, Robert Chapman of the International Forecaster. When you subscribe to the International Forecaster, you get Robert Chapman's 45 years of experience and concise investment recommendations. Who needs sugar-coated excuses when you can get the cold hard facts and proven investment leads you can't get anywhere else? For a free introductory copy to Robert Chapman's International Forecaster, subscribe now at theinterntionalforecaster.com or call 877-479-8178. Experience the difference. When you subscribe, you can email Robert Chapman directly to obtain investment advice tailored just for you. Don't wait another minute. Subscribe today at theinterntionalforecaster.com or call 877-479-8178. That's 877-479-8178.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Gulf War vets, 9/11 workers, people around the Gulf oil spill fumes, all were exposed to toxic chemicals in the air and became ill. Even in your home, air contamination can make you sick. You have been exposed to airborne toxic particulate matter and volatile organic compounds causing fatigue, flu-like symptoms, or worse. Protect yourself. You cannot trust anyone to do it for you. Clean the air in your home or workplace with a HealthMate Plus air purifier. Call airfiltersandpurifiers.com for answers on how to purify the air you breathe. Contact airfiltersandpurifiers.com and ask about the HealthMate Plus. The HealthMate Plus is capable of trapping 99.97% of all polluting particulates. Buy the HealthMate Plus today with no tax, free shipping, a 5-year warranty, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to airfiltersandpurifiers.com. GCN listeners get a 5% discount by using promo code GCN. Call 800-499-2418 or go to airfiltersandpurifiers.com. Your trusted advisor for clean air.
Pointed something out to me when I walked out there during the break, 2 different issues. When I was talking about this headline, Feds admit to storing checkpoint body scan images, this is such old news for us because it was admitted in the federal regulations and in the purchase orders in the last few years for the naked body scanners. They first started putting these in at select airports about 6 years ago. And now they're going into almost every major airport, 200 plus. But they pointed out, this article says that it's also in the federal courthouses. And then in places like Denver, they're putting them in at the county courthouses and state courthouses. I mean, this is just all over the nation. And then at a single federal courthouse, they stored 35,314 images of the men, women, and children going in. And it goes on to say this follows an earlier disclosure by the TSA that it requires all airport body scanners it purchases to be able to store and transmit images for testing, training, and evaluation purposes. And it's come out that they're saving those as well and have tried to make TV stars and other people sign color printouts of their naked bodies. So again, lying to you when they told you that these machines can't even store your image and we're not storing it, or don't listen to those conspiracy theorists. They're saying we're taking your baby's blood at birth for the Pentagon. Ha, ha, ha. What's next? That we're drugging the water? And then now they admit they have been for 38 years. And then here's another point. All I did was read the headline from the Baltimore Sun. Federal police officer shot dog in park. And it goes on to say the authorities say man killed husky dogs after fought in park, but the eyewitnesses in the article are saying the dogs were just playing. You know how dogs will jump around and frolic and put their front paws up and kind of run into each other. Bear, a brown and white husky that was about 3 years old, was playing in the Quail Run Dog Park at about 6:30 p.m., running off leash inside the fenced-in area when the officer and his wife arrived with a German Shepherd. Oh, well, you don't. So I guess, if a cop shows up with his dog and his dog runs over to play with yours, if your dog doesn't submit, kind of like if a citizen doesn't get in a praying position, the cops will beat you to death and say you assaulted them, even though it's on their own squad car video. You don't touch them. It doesn't matter. I mean, they've had huge parades in Texas when a police dog gets killed. But then when they kill a citizen, it's like, it's just scum. Their dogs are better than us. Remember Newcastle, PA a few years ago? The guy was in a Walmart parking lot, and the police dog jumped out of the car at him, so he just yelled at it and said no. And the cops didn't like that disrespect, so they charged him with assault for verbally yelling at the dog. Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Bear, a brown and white husky that was about 3 years old, was playing in the Quail Run Dog Park about 6:30 p.m., running off leash inside the fenced-in area when the officer and his wife arrived with a German Shepherd who was kept on a leash. When the dogs began to play roughly, the federal officer asked Bear's guardian, his owner's brother, to call off the dog. But before he could do anything, the officer pulled out a gun and shot Bear. According to the husky's owner, Bear, who belongs to Rachel Ratellia, died of his injuries a few hours later. Well, the dog was probably obviously a right-wing extremist. County police did not name the federal officer. I've been bawling my eyes out since 7 p.m. last night, she said. It's grief mixed with anger. We're so angry at this guy was able to take our animal for what we feel was no reason at all. Well, he's a god, and you're just a blood bag that's there to supply blood to the government. What does Congressman Stark say? The federal government can do anything to you individually it wants. Anything. You have no rights. Goldman Sachs rules you. You will drink poison water. You will have your pension fund taken. Dead vets will have their insurance money taken. The Federal Reserve is your lord. Period. Shut up and love it. In fact, this woman and this man, for even complaining, should be sent to a FEMA camp. Now, did you even look that God in the eyes? He showed you, didn't he? I've been bawling my eyes out, and they go on from there. We still don't believe that he's gone. We just wanted so badly to be diligent about this. The officer has to pay some sort of consequences for his foolishness. But, I mean, constantly they come to your house with a drug warrant, even at the wrong house, and they'll shoot chihuahuas, corgis. If the dog barks, the officer isn't in control, and in their threat continuum of force, they've got to be in control, and they're going to show you. They're going to show you the blood bag. Look, you exist to serve the state. The state is God. Submit your blood, your energy, your children to the gods. Thank them. Thank them for making the planet Earth. We serve them. They are our kings.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of